Alright guys, back on the shoebox. So if you follow the last videos, we got a couple broken springs. We got a broken coil in the front, we got a broken leaf in the back, broken main leaf in the back. So what I did was I got a spring pack that is used, but it looks almost brand new. I got a set of air shocks from the same guy, look like they're in good shape. And then I got some Ford Aerostar springs for the front and some brand new KYB shocks. So we're gonna get at the back first, and we're also gonna lower it. So I'll show you how to do that. All right guys, so underneath the car, right? So first thing we're gonna do, well, things we're gonna try to do. I've soaked this stuff down a few times. We need to get that bolt out. We need to get this one out. Sorry for the light. And then we need to get these U-bolts off, right? So we can get this out of the way. The axle itself is supported and the car is supported by the frame in the back. So technically, nothing should move too much. So even if I gotta cut the bolts off, you know, I'll have to get new bolts, or maybe we can save them, I don't know. Stuff's pretty old. And we'll get this leaf out, and I got a 3-inch lowering block we're also going to use. So it's got new U-bolts with it, so I don't have to save any of that stuff. I can just cut them if I need to. We'll get them and go, fact, you know, and we'll go from there. Maybe I'll throw you on a time lapse. Alright guys, that was a tragedy. Every time I hit the car, it's just raining down dirt. I actually swept under here beforehand, and that's kind of what we're looking like. Anyway, I got the spring out. This is the replacement spring I got from a gentleman in New York. I think the only issue is going to be, I had to beat the tar out of the front pin. This one. So what I think I'm going to try to do is I'll either make something new, or I'm going to try to run a die down this end and I'll get a new nut for it. I think I just run a die down it and be fine. So what I'm going to do for now is just kind of slip the old spring in, like get in there, and then we'll get the blocks and the U-bolts just kind of holding things, and then worst case scenario up there I can just pop the bolt out, fire a new one in, and we'll be done. But this is quite a mess, and this was, I mean, I had to cut the bolts off. I'm sorry you guys, I had that on time lapse, and then it stopped, and then I shut it off, and then it stopped, so whatever. The end product is, you know, we'll look at it together, okay? Well, every piece of hardware I got to retap and rethread, like chase it or run a tap through it to put it all back together. But what I also got to do with the blocks, this is a new old stock kit. This thing smells like it's been in the ocean. And the guy I bought it from was honest. He says, look, this stuff's old, been sitting around, boxes are whooped, some of the hardware's corroded. I'm like, the whole car's corroded, bro. 3-inch block. I don't think these are tapered. They don't appear to be. But this is too large right here. That is too large. So we're gonna have to file these down a bit, because this is the situation I'm in right now. But the U-bolts will fit, the leaf springs fit, all the bushings were good in the leaves. I rethreaded that. I got a new nut for the end of it. And we're getting after it. Everything is rusted and rotted. A lot of the hardware I'm not going to be able to reuse. But all the nuts and bolts came with this kit in here. So that's cool. I think that's all I'm going to need. Oh, you know what? You know what I need? I need the shock. You know, the shock mount. This all has to come off. So I got to split that off of there, hit it with the torch. The one on the top actually came right out, which is nice. And the nut wasn't bad, and neither was the washer. So this is going to need a washer. It's going to need a new nut. That's easy to get. And we're getting there. All right. Mosquitoes. They're everywhere. Die. Got them. Dead. All right. So got the spring in. Right. Shackle. Gentleman was nice enough to give me the shackles. The bushings were good. And then we got this block in here. So basically what we did was took the old flap wheel and just ran it down here. So we're going to do this one too. It's just a shade too wide. It's not too bad. So when I do this, and I think it's common practice, when you put shackles hardware in, leaf spring hardware, and obviously I tighten these U-bolts here just hand tight right now, just with my hand in a socket, because I still got to do the other side and it's going to tip it up. I want to make sure that thing's nice and centered before I really run it down with the impact. Wrap. You know, Swedish torque specs is good and tight. And then what you should be doing, guys, is if you're doing stuff with suspension bushings, leaf springs, shackles, that kind of thing, the vehicle should come down and have the weight on the vehicle, right? You should not be tightening shackles down. And when you do, guys, you don't gotta run them to Arkansas. You just, tighten them up, snug them up. And too tight's broke, and so they don't bind. You don't want them to bind. You want everything to move. You know, I see guys that do that. I'm a Jeep guy. You see guys, my Jeep is higher on one side than it is on the other. I can almost guarantee you every single time your leaf spring, shackles, and or bolts are way too tight, and your shackles don't move at all. So that's really important with these. Get everything situated, and then I'm gonna, right now it's sitting on the frame, and then I'm gonna bring it back down onto the axle so it has weight, the car's weight on it, and then we can start snugging things up. So we're gonna knock that off. I had to cut one of the bolts last time with the death wheel. This one did come out on the other side. That one. I can cut the U-bolts if I can't get them off. I'd rather unbolt everything. It's just cleaner, easier. And the shock unbolted on the other side. I lost the nut. The nut was too far gone on the bottom. I had to hammer a socket onto it. Hoping not to have to do that. There's no sense in time-lapsing it. I'm going to show you what we look like when we got this stuff situated, bolted up tight. And I'm going to put some wheels in here, and we'll see how far they go up into the wheel well, because, guys, I'm concerned that this thing's going to be too low. It's only a 3-inch drop, but I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's go. Well, kind of made it somewhere. Got that spring out. That shock, what's left of that shock came out. New leaf in, or used leaf. Got a lowering block in, lowering block on the other side. I got these air shocks from the same guy. They got a little bit of wear at the top, like they were banged in. Maybe they didn't fit so well. But they were cheap, and that's what we're doing. We're building this on the cheap. So, I think I got 150 bucks into the set of springs. It's on my nose. For the set of springs, the shackles, bushings, and the shocks. So, can't go wrong, I don't think, for 150 bucks. So I'm gonna try to stab these things in, and then I'm gonna lift the rear up so the weight of the car is on it. And then I'm gonna snug up everything, and not over tightening everything. Not over tighten it. And I'll get back to you. And we're gonna stick a wheel in here, and then we're gonna jack it up, and we're gonna see, does it even fit? Because man, it looks like it's gonna be low as it is, and there's no weight on it. I mean, look at this. This, like, half the wheel is gonna be in here. And this, there's no weight on this. Look at it, it's off the jack stand. We may have made a mistake. We'll see. Everything's together. This is what us off-road guys would consider full droop. So basically the axle is not being supported, and it's just the springs that are holding it. I'm not sure if I can get this tire in there. So you're gonna watch me do this. Maybe absolutely a tragedy. All right, let's see. This tire was mounted with my Harbor Freight manual tire changer that we converted to use a duck head. That is our #1 viewed video we've ever made. And I wasn't even gonna record that because I didn't think people would watch it. And we balanced this with like a Harbor Freight / Amazon bubble balancer that I modified. And all you gotta do is one simple free modification and the bubble balancer works amazing. So check that out on our channel. Oh boy. Yeah, right. How the hell are you gonna get this in there? Yeah, we're never getting this tire in there. Yeah, now what? Now what? You wouldn't even be able to change the tire. Like if you got a flat, how would you even do this? Maybe if I took some air out of it. Oh, it's really close though. Maybe if I filled up the air shocks, it would push it down. It doesn't go down. I don't have air lines hooked up to the air shocks though. Wow. Well, I better hope you never get a flat. I gotta figure this out, boys. Oh, maybe if I went in the back and then up and over? No. I'll figure it out, we'll be back. Ha! Well, 110 pounds of pressure in the air shocks, and then 15 pounds of pressure in the tire.
Oh my God.
So if you got a flat on the road, you're towing it home, there's absolutely no way you're gonna get these things back off. So life lesson there. That's pretty the awful way to do it. Gotta be honest with you. Well, it clears. Now I gotta try to do the other side. And then we'll jack it up and then we'll take it off, you know, put the weight on the axle. All right, all back together. Now, this is with these bags all the way up. And this is where we're at. Let's let the bags all the way down and see what happens. And we'll see what happens. All right, that was with the bag empty. Now, this thing's still on jack stands in the front, right? But look how much tire it tucks. Man. Let me get you square. That tucks a lot of tire. I think it's gonna work because even if the front, I can't get it that low, we can bring the bags up a little bit with the air shocks. So, I would say this is a success, and the problem is getting the tires on and off the car. I basically had to bring them down to 15 pounds. I just put, you know, 32 back in them. There's tons of room in here. You know, I get my whole hand in here. This isn't gonna rub. I'm not concerned about it. Drive shaft is an issue, they say. No way. That ain't even close. So that's gonna be fine. Maybe going over a bump, but if we put like 50 in the bags or 45 in the bags, we should be good. On to the front. We are back at it at the front of the car. So, we're gonna take the spring out and the shock. Now, normally what we would do take it all apart, take all the parts out, all new bushings. We'll do kingpins. We're going to clean up every piece of it, scrub it, wire wheel it, paint it, put it back in. That is not what we're doing right now. So you can save it in the comments. I know you guys skip around in the videos. You might not even hear this, but we'll see how this looks. The cross member in the front of this thing, not good. I was just checking it out. A little bit of rot. So I may have to cut the cross member out of it. I could put a tubular cross member in it. Fine, whatever. I have a tubing bender. Maybe we'll do that. That might be fun. Or we'll snip it, you know, like zing, zing, and we'll do an S10 front end, and that'll give me modern spindles and, you know, modern brakes, stuff that can be available. I busted this, you know. Why would you balance your tires when you broke your drum?
Are you insane?
Doesn't matter. All right, so these springs do not come out like a normal spring where you'd pull it from here in the front and drop the control arm. It's easiest to drop the control arm here. So you take these two out and these two out. See that over there? Support it with a jack, and then you break it free. Put a pry bar in there, give it a
You think I'm stupid?
like that. And you drop this down. Now if you look in here, this is broken. The only thing we're looking to do is have some springs to hold the car up. Might as well put shocks on it because we're in there and we have to. You know, and then maybe we'll take it apart later and kind of determine, hey, you know, we like the setup. We'll clean up the sway bar, we'll clean up the suspension, and then we'll go at it from there. So this is how much dirt and crap falls out of this car. I mean, this stuff, like, this is insane what falls out of this car. So we're gonna get it as a roller, we're gonna pull it back onto the trailer, and then I'm gonna take this thing to the car wash, and I'm gonna spend $63,000 and use the pressure washer and get all this dirt off this car, because I cannot work like this any further. This is pretty bad. So we'll time lapse taking it apart, and then we'll chat about it. It's way worse. So, had to cut a bunch of bolts. The bolts that hold the sway bar. 70-year-old car has a sway bar. That's pretty cool. Look at the spring. This is how it came out. One was stuck in, this was stuck in the pocket. This fell out of the top. And then these two were laying in the bottom. I don't think we're lowering the car much more than it was already low, but it at least won't be sag. Like this side sagged so bad, it was like, it was really bad. So maybe we can even it up. I gotta cut this off the shock. Got my finger good. Now, got the adapter out. Absolutely just dominated my finger though.
Are you effing stupid?
Well, that gets punched right through there. Well, there's a chance this is gonna ground slim to none. Piece of crap. Yeah, not at all. Okay, how about to the bolt? Let's just grab the bolt. There it is. There it is. There's two. Safety squints. Guys, don't forget your safety squints. Here's the key. This is a Ford Aerostar spring for a two-wheel drive flavor. So supposedly this is equivalent to a CC850 Moog. So if you guys are doing the CC850, gives you like 2.5, 3 inch drop. And these things on eBay are, I don't know, 60 bucks. And the Moog ones are 120. So we went the El Cheapo.
Hello, I'm Rico, and I like to party.
We're gonna see if it fits in there. And right here, KYB shock absorber, right? I can't take any credit for these part numbers. I can't take any credit for knowing which ones fit and which ones don't. This was, I believe, on the Ham Car Forum. So 343127. I'm assuming 49 to 51, 52. I'm not sure. The only difference is this is a T-bottom. See right there? If you can see this. T-bottom. So you're going to have to use washers. They don't fit perfect, but I mean, the rest of the car's a pile. So we're going to keep after it, and I'm going to try to squeeze this hog back up in there, get those bolts out that I blasted those nuts in, probably welded them to them, and we're going to fire that up in there, and we're going to fire that spring up in there, put the bolts back on, and then we're going to fight this sway bar off the other side because I'm going to have to pull it off entirely because I got to get new bolts. Well, here's a problem. I think we got to lift from here. That's not good. See what happens when I let it down and it crushes my sole. I have hardware everywhere. Okay, and now go up. Oh yeah. We might run out of jack, boys. We're gonna have to get ourselves a wood block. Yep. It's gotta come back in the back. Oh, this is dumb. Okay. That is not gonna work. Pry bar, maybe. Houston, we have a problem. Got a hole in there? Probably. Oh, you know what? Maybe we can do this. And lift. Lift from the control arm. You think this would go right up? Are these seized? Oh, maybe they're seized. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, we might have a problem, guys. Interdasting. Let's work it out. Jacking and prying. Almost there. Almost got it in there. Well then. Springs in, shocks in. I don't like the way the shocks fit, but that's just the way it is. So let me climb under here, show you. See, he uses the washers. It'll work. Everyone's a perfectionist. You don't have to be. So, KYB shock, Aerostar spring. I'm not going to hook this sway bar back up until I hit the other side. I think it's because it's twisted, because that spring was broken in so many pieces for so long. I think we're going to have it loose to kind of get it back in there. I'm going to move over to the other side. The other side is less rotted and has less debris on it. So I'm gonna knock that out. You guys don't have to watch that. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a struggle. It's tomorrow. I had one bolt stuck in the lower arm mount, and I think I cross-threaded in. I ended up having to cut the thing off and get another bolt, and then I had to get some hardware to put the sway bar back in because those all broke. So right now I'm draining the oil in the flathead because it's still got like all that penetrant and lubricant, and like when we broke it free, because I never took that out of there. So we're gonna change that filter because I have a new one, and I'm gonna find some oil around here somewhere. I got something to put in this. I thought I bought some diesel oil, but or 2050 or something. I'll find something and we'll fill her up, and we're gonna I balanced those 2 tires on the bubble balancer. If you guys haven't watched that video, one simple tip makes that thing work amazing. And then we got the tire machine video where we made the spinning apparatus, right? So basically this thing spins around, duck head. It's got like 220 some odd thousand views right now. So thanks guys for watching that. If you watched it, that was big for Jess and I. So I'm gonna change that filter. We're gonna get some oil in this hog, and then we're gonna get these wheels put on it, and I'm gonna put it back on the ground. All right guys, here we go. Let's see where this thing ends up. Let's see what happens. If it falls off the jack stand, that'll, or falls off the jack, I won't be surprised. So here we go. All right, well, she's tall in the front. Absolutely tall in the front. Well, maybe not that bad. So, new coils, they are going to drop down probably another ½ an inch. So, let's see. I don't know if I can get you guys a good view until we get her outside. Yeah, she's definitely low in the back, kind of like a tail dragger. We could put air in it and jack them up. Let's get it outside and get it on level ground. And these should settle in a bit. And we'll get a better idea. Contact! Brakes work.
Yay, it's out of the garage. Now where to put it is the question.
Well guys, here it is.
Awesome.
Pretty cool. Runs. You need the appropriate seat when you take a drive. That works just fine.
Are you stupid or something?
Stupid is, stupid does, sir.
It's just fine to get it out of the garage. But you guys, if you follow my channel, I didn't think this was ever going to happen. The fact this is sitting, can you hear it idling? Just sitting here idling. Cool. Super cool. Bunch more body work to do, but gotta put some wiring in it. But technically runs. That fender is a little but well guys, that's gonna do it for this episode of Mad Ginger Customs. Like and subscribe, helps the channel. If you guys need stuff, click our Amazon affiliate links. You don't have to buy what's in the link. You can just click the link and then you can do, you know, any shopping on Amazon. That really helps us out. There's a buy me a coffee link in there. Somebody requested. If you like our channel, what you can do is just click the link. It's a donation to the channel. We appreciate it. It allows us to buy parts and keeps the channel going. I promise you, every dollar that we get from anything goes right back into the cars. We don't, you know, it's not like we're building houses with it and, you know, getting rich. So thanks for watching. We appreciate every one of you. And if I can do it, you can do it. Guys, we're gonna do a little bit of aftermath. So this is why I needed the car out of the garage, right? Or out of the barn, really. This is what's underneath this car. This has been swept several times. And every time you touch this car, tink, 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 this just rains down on you. I'm gonna clean it up. This whole entire bay is just, there's just crap everywhere. We're cleaning it up. But anyway, that was the reasoning behind. Put it on some reasonably safe tires, get the brakes to work, and make it run under its own power. This is what motivates me to continue moving forward, right? I can't work on any of my other projects in this bay if this car is stuck here on jack stands for the rest of my life. So, man, it looks cool.